Good evening, you're watching RTV News Live. Happy Sunday. It's a pleasure to have your company tonight. My name is Olive Nete. On Sunday at the RDF Command and Staff College, Nyakina Musanze District, the 13th edition of the East African Community Armed Forces exercise, also known as Ushirikiano Imara, was initiated. The Minister of Defense, Juvenal Marizamunda, urged participants to make use of this opportunity to interact and share knowledge. We have details on the story. It is a regional military exercise that takes place every year, and it is named Ushirikiano Imara in Swahili, which means strong cooperation. Specifically, this year's edition was attended by EAC member states' armed forces, including police personnel and civilians. The exercise aims at promoting the EAC integration agenda by enhancing readiness and cooperation in addressing complex security challenges hindering the development of the nations. The operation carried out in these exercises was named Kangoma and was led by Major General Andrew Kagame from the Rwanda Defense Force.
This country of Kagoma met great challenges. That was the result of a terrorist attack. Terrorists that are working with Al-Qaeda, most especially in Kamonyi district and Karongi district. And they are from Lake Kivu, what we called ocean pirates, which includes people that drive the boat to Kagoma and they harm civilians. We do this to fight terrorists and also fight pirates in Kivu Ocean.
The military exercise was attended by more than 600 people from Rwanda, Uganda, Burundi, Tanzania and Kenya. They say that these trainings assist them in a number of ways.
And this harmonizes the way we operate when we are in the mission. It is a training exercise that helps us to understand the differences that we have and we harmonize them so that in case we have a mission to undertake, we operate in tandem.
Rwanda's Minister of Defense, Juvenal Marizamunda, told them that they should share knowledge because solving the current security challenges requires cooperation.
Contemporary security challenges have shown us that no individual nation can operate in isolation and have an enduring peace and stability due to the nature of evolving human security risks. Our survival, therefore, is anchored on the ability as a region to join our hands and address own issues. Please maximize benefits of this golden opportunity. Share whatever you think is beneficial to our fellow participants.
This year's East African Community Military Exercise will last for 2 weeks. It has the theme of strengthening the cooperation of the security organs for the common interest of peace and security in the region. It is indeed important to cooperate. Now moving ahead, the 2016-2017 research from the National Institute of Statistics of Rwanda on the household welfare revealed that the average poverty rate is at 38.2%, while the extreme poverty is at 16%, while it's articulated in the NST1 to build a strong progress of reducing poverty to below 1% by 2024. Adam Squizera with the report.
Nirenganya Augustine, who lives in Gisagara district, is one of the residents who want to be upgraded from the first of the category to second, due to the fact that his standard of living has improved. The reason why I want to be upgraded from the first category to second one is because I got developed from poverty through the VUP funds I received, which I invested in my development activities. So I want to be upgraded to another category so that other people with low income would also get funds to develop themselves. In the cabinet meeting held in November 2022, approved programs and strategies for sustainable graduation, revised with the categorization, and revised Vision Umurengi Program VUP. Nina Ogaga Claudine, the Director General of the Local Administrative Entities Development Agency LODA, finds that this new way of helping people out of extreme poverty in the next 2 years will be more productive than the way it was done before.
Abantu bari basanzwe bakora bunganira abaturage babafasha kwigira.
People used to support local residents, hence to make a central approach for helping those citizens in their development activities. That is why we think that, with no doubt, this program will be productive.
Starting from the villages to the national level, there are committees set up to facilitate those with low income through receiving the support they need and signing a simple agreement to commit to getting out of the poverty within 2 years. The Minister of Local Government, Musabyimana Jean-Claude, noted that they are going to kick off the census of the household with the extreme poverty, as right now there are 60,000 households.
Icyo twumvikanyeho turi gukoraho nukuvuga ngo ubuyobozi bw'inzego z'ibanze.
We agreed on that, as the local administration, they should first know and recognize every citizen in that category and understand their issues and know if that resident is eligible to keep any domestic animal he or she should be given. The committees are made up of the government institutions, the private sector, partner organizations, and community facilitators who are close to those homes in the villages. Adams Kwizera, RTV News.
Thank you, Adams, for the report. Now to infrastructure matters. The members of over 200 families from Kamonyi district say that after spending a long time living in marshlands, they have decided to relocate voluntarily, and they also request the local administration to offer them basic infrastructure, including water and electricity. Adams Kwizera continues.
These residents are located in Uterasal, Mujina sector. They note that after relocating from the marshland of the Akanyaru River, their lifestyle have changed.
Akunda kuboneka umubu, hakaboneka amazi mabi.
We used to have dirty water and mosquitoes, and more of that, some used to face disasters. These residents says that their place of residence is now different from the high-risk zones they had been living in.
Ariko byaranshimishije biranezeza.
Our residents are living in the village. Meanwhile, there have been some changes. Uziel Nyanjira, the Vice Mayor of Kamonyi District in charge of the economic development, assured the residents that he would solve some challenges they have been facing, including water shortages and insufficient electricity supply.
Plani dufite naride kubaho y'amazi iratangirana no kwa karindwi.
We are planning to begin construction of water pipes so that within this year of 2023-2024, the whole south of Mujina will have access to water supply. And on the case of electricity distribution, we are working with REG. That's why I think that through the cooperation with our partners and the residents as well, we will work on this, and we hope that it will work. Rwanda has set NST1 goals that by the end of 2024, water and electricity will be fully distributed to the residents at the rate of 100%, whereas Kamonyi District's distribution of water is at a rate of 78%, as the electricity supply has reached a rate of 54%. Adams Kwizera, RTV News.
Thank you, Adams, for the informative report. Now, for 3 days during this week, Kigali will host the very first Inclusive FinTech Forum, thanks to the existing partnership between Rwanda and Singapore. FinTech or financial technology strives for the integration of technology into offerings by financial services companies to improve their use and delivery to consumers.
For the past 2 years, the National Bank of Rwanda and the Monetary Authority of Singapore have partnered in various areas with an emphasis on fintech development and regulation. Building on the strong relations between Singapore and Rwanda, we are very delighted that the inaugural Inclusive FinTech Forum will take place in Kigali this year. It's a unique opportunity for global policymakers to engage in meaningful conversations about innovation and financial inclusion. For entrepreneurs and regulators to shape policies on fintech, and for industry players to share experience and devise investment opportunities. We've seen how mobile money has transformed Rwanda's payment landscape. The number of users has tripled in the last 10 years, reaching 6 million people. In Africa, the sector is booming. Fintech revenues are projected to reach $30 billion in 2025, 8 times the level of 2022. Join us for more at the Inclusive FinTech Forum.
Now, in other news around the country, the Karongi district officials note that they are still looking for fields for cultivation to give to citizens who have been relocated to Rugabano's model village so that they can use it for farming and develop themselves. This is after the fact that residents have been relocated in this model village presented this problem to the senators. We have details on the story. Residents of this village say that they have been assisted to lead a better life. We started working in tea plantation fields and then saved the money earned. We have students that are studying sewing, and I'm the teacher. In the past year, 45 students completed courses on sewing. Some of them are working in Kigali in terms of developing themselves, and others are working together and they aim at buying a big sewing machine and do a workshop in the village so that they can be a solution to the whole village. However, they still say that they have no plot for farming and that even those with the land for farming have small ones in front of their residences. Most of them were dependent on agriculture and animal husbandry before moving in the new place.
Working on a daily basis, an amount of 1,000 or 800 cannot assist us to lead the life we want. Let's say that I earn 1,000 Rwandan francs per day, and I have a family of 8 people. Do you think that it will be able to feed them? And that is the life of the most people here.
The challenge was presented to the senators in the current visits that they are carrying in various villages around the country, which aims at evaluating the social welfare of residents. The mayor of Karongi district, Vestine Mukarutesi, points out that they're working on finding fields for cultivation for these residents. There were small lands in this place that we tried to divide to them so that they can be able to do small gardens for vegetables. You notice that in some of those fields, beans are growing, trees for avocados, and other various crops. But the land is still insufficient, and they can't carry out big farming activities that can feed and support a whole family. But honestly, we are in the process of searching fields for cultivation, but some of what is needed requires a budget, including the problem of smokes. The village is inhabited by more than 300 families, consisting of more than 1,600 people. Most of them, especially those who live in duplexes, still have the problem of smoke because they light the fire for cooking inside the house. While waiting for the outdoor kitchens, some of them have been provided with stoves. Moving ahead, the management of Kigali City has requested residents to ensure hygiene in their daily activities, and this was during a special Umuganda program revolving around an awareness about cleanliness in Kigali. Shina Teta with the details.
The City of Kigali leaders, employees and partners engaged in a cleanliness awareness with a theme that centered around everyone's role in keeping Kigali clean, and residents were reminded of Kigali's goals of hygiene, security, fast and efficient work, where every citizen is required to strive for cleanliness wherever they are. Entrepreneurs based in Kigali City say that cleanliness is important in their daily activities. Hygiene is a good thing and essential, especially for us sellers, because it attracts clients. The mayor of Kigali City, Prudence Rwingisa, says that this awareness does not only concern the city of Kigali, but all Rwandans, in the view of the fact that hygiene should be a daily activity.
This awareness conducted in the city of Kigali about cleanliness does not only concern Kigali City, but all Rwandans at large. Kigali is well known for hygiene. Residents should take ensuring hygiene as their responsibility.
The Kigali City administration says that no individual should walk past a piece of dirt without putting it where it should be, stressing that cleanliness should start from the body, in our homes, and continue in the streets and other public places. Shina Teta, RTV News.
And that story sums up tonight's bulletin, and thank you for being with us. See you next.